What's up, everybody? I'm Jonathan. This is Worship Matters. And today we're going to do something a little different. I've been saying that every day this week. So I had planned to go find like a Catholic chant. And the one I knew was Kyrie Eleison. And by no, I mean I've heard it. I know of it. So in my search, I found this other song that's also called Kyrie Eleison. And I was like, and I started listening to it, and I didn't finish it, so I don't know the whole song. I've never heard it before, but I loved so much what I heard, I had to share it with you. So we're going to do this one instead. We'll come back and maybe do some Catholic chants next week, probably. So hold on to that. We'll come back, no problem. Even if it isn't technically Easter after this weekend. For anybody, but hey, like I said in another video, we all celebrate Easter all year by worshiping on Sunday. So, all right, let's look at our worship guidelines: directional, musically repeatable, theologically sound, the Bob test, artistic license, congregational versus personal. If you have not watched that already, if you don't know what that means, or wondering what I mean by these guidelines, I did a whole video about it. Links in the description, so you can go check that out. I will explain a little bit later as we come back to this, but this is just to remind us as we go in. So go check that video out, or keep listening and check that out later. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put myself back in this corner. I like this corner. All right, so Kyrie Eleison by Vineyard Worship, featuring Sarah Elmer, whoever that is. So here we go. I've never heard this song before. I listened to like 30 seconds of it and I loved it so much. So we're going to do it now. Hopefully the rest of the song is as good. This is going to be a waste if it's suddenly like a heretical song. I don't know. But let's start. I'm going to get too close to the words.
For the things we've done and left undone, for the ways we've wandered from your heart, forgive us, we pray.
Can I take these?
Forgive us, we pray, for the idols we put.
Alright, so let's listen to the first part. Alright, for the things we've done and left undone. So, you might remember there was a song I did that was like a prayer. I forget who did it. And it was not a good song. I think it was like Pray Jesus or something like that. It's not a good song. But that song was a prayer. I think there's is it Matt Redman who did, or Phil Wickham song that did a prayer? Anyways, so this is a prayer. At least that's what it seems to me. So that's what I'm going with. So for the things we've done and left undone. So that's a clause. Second clause. For the ways we've wandered from your heart. Second clause. Forgive us, we pray. So we're asking God, I'm assuming, to forgive us for those things, for the things we've done and left undone. Sorry, you can't really see that. And for the ways that we've wandered from his heart. Good so far. All right, so that's the first clause, the first, I guess you call it first verse. So it's asking forgiveness, and it's you can see it's congregational because it uses the word we. So it's not forgive me, I pray. We got us and we. So forgive us. This is something that we're singing together. We ask for forgiveness. We are praying. All right, let's keep going.
We pray for the idols we put on your throne, for the loves we choose above your own. Forgive.
So this is verse 2. For the idols we put on your throne. All right, so we'll put it in a better English order. So a non-artistic license order. Forgive us, we pray. For what are we asking for forgiveness for? For the idols we put on His throne. So we are putting idols on the throne of God instead of God. We're worshiping them instead of Him. All right, so we're asking forgiveness for that. And then for loving the things that we have chosen above Him. So the loves, this is talking about the many things that we are loving. Those things which we have chosen above Him, above His own. I guess like we choose above His own love, maybe. But I think this love is like the things that we love. So not the things that love us. So we love things over God. I think that's what that's supposed to say. It's a little awkward there. That's okay. Okay.
Lord have mercy, Christ have mercy, Lord have mercy on us, Lord have mercy, Christ have mercy, Lord have mercy on us,
All right. So this is the translation for Kyrie. If you don't know that, it's a Kyrie Eleison, Kyrie Christos Eleison, and it just means Lord, Lord, have mercy, Lord Christ, have mercy. And that's basically what this is. So that's why it's called Kyrie Eleison. I don't know if she actually uses Latin in here, but Kyrie means Lord, Eleison means have mercy, or something to that effect. I don't know Latin. I just know the translation because I've actually written a Kyrie song. So, all right. So Lord have mercy, Christ have mercy, Lord have mercy on us. And then it repeats. So Lord have mercy, Christ have mercy, Lord have mercy on us. So just if you remember the VeggieTales Jonah movie, this is how I remember it. You have grace, which is getting what you don't deserve, and mercy, which is not getting what you do deserve. So this song is saying have mercy. It's not saying grace. Have mercy. Don't give us what we deserve, God. That's what the this is saying. So forgive us. Don't give us what we deserve. Have mercy on us. So beautiful. I love it. Okay. Verse 2, I suppose. I actually don't know what
For the lies that we clutch to our chest, for the fear that wants to steal our breath, forgive us, we pray.
All right. Oh, here, there's our grace. Okay. For the lie, so forgive us, we pray. For, what are we asking for forgiveness for? The lies that we clutch to our chest. So those lies that we hold tight, that we cling to. For the fear that wants to steal our breath. Okay, this might be the weakest one so far, but forgive us for fearing. Okay, I don't really understand what they're trying to say here. The fear that, because fear that wants to steal our breath seems to be like fear is something beyond our control. But in reality, we're asking forgiveness for our fear because we are acting upon our fear. I think this is just like a artistic license, like just to. So we're asking for forgiveness for our fear, and they just added this to make it sound more like they couldn't think of anything better to fit that. So probably the weakest part of the song, but even still, I think it's fine. I'll give it a pass. Okay, here we go.
And give us your grace, Lord.
Okay, so just added this to it. Instead of saying forgive us we pray, it says forgive us we pray and give us your grace. So this is just a kind of a little add-on for the second or third verse. So we're asking for forgiveness and grace. So remember, mercy is not getting what you do deserve. Grace is getting what you don't deserve. So now we're asking both for mercy for not getting what we do deserve, and we're asking to get what we don't deserve. So I think that's good. And then we have Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. What else we got on here? Okay. This would be the bridge.
Forgiving God, forgiving us, forgiving God, forgiving us,
Okay, so forgiving God, forgiving us. So this isn't wrong. It's just awkward in English. It doesn't work well in English. So I guess I'll give it artistic license. But the way it comes across is it's like you're forgiving us. So that's an action. So forgiving us. But forgiving God is actually not an action. It's a was it adjective? Which one? Okay, yeah, adverb is the verb, adjective is the noun. Okay. I know my grammar. Adjective. So this forgiving qualifies God. So God is a forgiving God, whereas the forgiving us, this is the action. So God is forgiving us. So this is the verb. He is actively forgiving us. So it's just confusing. So perhaps they could have said, you are a forgiving God. You're a forgiving God. Something like that. I don't know. It is kind of weird, but at least it's clear. This is the only problem I've had really with the song. There was that one line that was kind of okay, but anywho, all right. Forgiving us, forgiving God, forgiving us. Honestly, the Lord have mercy. I would just skip the bridge. Everything else I think is fine. All right, so let's hop over to worship guidelines. All right, directional. I think this is good. This is a prayer to God, asking for forgiveness. I think that's great. Musically repeatable. I think it's super easy. So I wish they had added some of the Latin in there, just as a nod to the original song. I mean, they did name it Kyrie Eleison, but I feel like that doesn't really, like, you don't even use those words in the song. So the bridge could have been Kyrie Eleison, Kyrie Eleison, Christos Eleison. That would have been unique. That would have been a lot better than forgiving God, forgiving us. But whatever. It's super easy. Most modern music is very easy. Again, I'm gonna have to do some songs that are difficult to sing. Theologically sound, I think it's fine. There's that one song, or that one verse is like the fear that does something to us. I don't remember. I've already forgotten. I gave that artistic license because I think they just added that to fill out the verse. It could have been better. But I really like how they are confessing for idols. They're confessing for loving other things other than God. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. I like the confessional nature of the song. Bob Test, I think it's fine. I mean, we do have Christos, or we have Christ have mercy. So yeah, and we know who it is. It's not like, I suppose you could translate the implied you as Bob, like Bob have mercy on, and then change it to me or us, like maybe Bob's your leader. I don't know, but I think there's enough context in the song that this is talking about Christ, about Jesus Christ. So it could technically be said that it fails the Bob test, but I think that there's enough in here that's good enough to not worry about the Bob test. So even if it could technically fail the Bob test, not every song has to pass the Bob test, if that makes sense. I know that I have it in here, so I think that good songs will easily pass the Bob test, but not every song necessarily has to. Like, so some of these are called guidelines, not rules. You know, even if you don't perfectly match the guideline, like, I want them to be most of these, to pass most of these, especially the theologically sound. So, like, even if a song is personal, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If it's good enough to be a personal worship song, like, there's nothing wrong with that. So, yeah. So I think that's fine. You could probably say that it fails the Bob test, but I think there's enough context that it doesn't. But maybe I'm biased. So I'm gonna give it a pass, even if it technically could be said that it fails, because the rest of it I think is generally good. Artistic license, yeah, that one verse really needs that, and then the wording on that bridge is so bad. Forgiving God, forgiving us. Like, I know what they mean. It's confusing. It's because you're using the exact same word in a very different context without giving, like, other indicators of the context. Like, because otherwise it just sounds like we are the ones forgiving God, which is not what they're saying. I'm hoping that's not what they're saying. So, yeah. Congregational versus personal. I lean toward congregational, but if I did it as a congregational song, I would change the bridge. I might even make it, I might actually do what I was saying and actually sing Kyrie Eleison, Christos Eleison, instead of forgiving God, forgiving us, because that just doesn't have, like, it's easier for me to explain this is Latin. Kyrie means Lord, Eleison means have mercy on us, or whatever, have mercy, and then Christos, have mercy. It's easier for me to explain that in 2 seconds than have to explain that the forgiving is different. We're not forgiving God. He's a forgiving God. Or you could just say, a forgiving God forgiving us? I don't know. So I lean more toward personal for this because of the bridge. But if you took the bridge out and changed it, I would be fine with congregational, because it is kind of congregational in nature, because it's not using I. It's not putting the focus on me. It's pleading for God to have mercy on us as a congregation, and I love that. I think it's really great. I just wish they had left out the bridge. I was so excited about the song until the bridge. So what a letdown. Anyways, I think it's a great song. Like I said, I would get rid of the bridge. I would change it and sing the Latin, so it would kind of feel like you're tying the modern church with the ancient church. So we're singing the same words, even though, like, most of the song we're singing the English translation, but we have, like, this little bridge where we're singing the Latin that, you know, echoes what the historic church has sung for 1,000 years. Like, I think that's really cool. That would have been really cool. Much better than that. But those are my thoughts on that song. I found it today as I was, looking for a different song, and I knew I had to share it because I was like, man, I really like this prayerful congregational song where we're pleading for God to have mercy. We're confessing sin. This confessional prayer, leading into the ancient Kyrie Eleison, even if it's in English. I love it. It's beautiful. Except for that bridge. Get rid of the bridge. It's a great song. So that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I guess we did the Orthodox video the other day, or it'll come out the other day. It's the same day for me because I got to do all these at once. Otherwise, it doesn't get done. But happy Easter to the Greek Orthodox friends. I'll be celebrating Easter too, even though I don't follow your calendar, which is fine. But anyways, hope everybody has a good weekend. And next week we might do a few Eastery things, but I'm going to go back to just more, I guess this wasn't really Easter, was it? But we're going to slide it as an Easter song. Anyways, I've got some songs that I'm excited about, or at least a song, maybe two, that I'm really excited about reviewing. One that just is horrendous, or at least that's what it looks like. I haven't heard the song, but I've read some of the lyrics. Looks awful. So I'm hoping the context maybe it'll make it a little better. We'll see. That'll be next week. I'll catch you next time. Peace.